Talk to him. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. One of my favorite content creators. Here we go. We going over to RivahTv. And this one is going to be about, there's a woman that's calling out women who glamorize divorce. And I think Rivah's thumbnail says something about women nowadays are kind of changing the point of marriage. So we're going to watch this and join her commentary and join the conversation on this and see where it takes us. I haven't watched it, so let's roll.
The marriage no longer served her. And I'm going to tell you why that statement and that mindset that she has is why she's getting a divorce.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So I actually saw this when I was scrolling through the wonderful world of TikTok, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even watch it. I just saw these words on the screen, and I decided that we were gonna watch it and react to it together. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play, pause play, and give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation.
A married woman got on here and said that she was getting a divorce because the marriage no longer served her. And I'm going to tell you why that statement and that mindset that she has is why she's getting a divorce. Your marriage is not always going to serve you. That is quite literally why the vows say for better or for worse.
Say it again, please. Say it again. Okay? This is not terms. This is not means to an end. This is not, oh, let me do this until, or it is just supposed to be circumstantial. No, it is supposed to be a very serious commitment, your lifelong commitment that you are supposed to make. But people treat it like dating. Okay? And one day they just wake up and want to graduate.
Because there will indeed be worse in your relationship. Talking about how marriage no longer serves her, as if marriage is some type of aesthetic or something. You and your marriage girl era, that ain't how marriage works.
Okay? Listen, these are the type of people I can talk to and have long conversations with. Okay? This is not, and this is...
Hold on. Let me jump in on Rivah's commentary real quick. In case y'all don't know about RivahTv, go to YouTube, subscribe to RivahTv. I always talk about how women who will end up alone and women who are fit to be wives or already wives speak a different language. So every day I go to RivahTv and I listen to how a wife sounds when she talks. Let us continue.
The problem is it's showing the emphasis that women are focused on the wedding, on the day, on the ring, on the showing off pictures on Instagram and social media, on the event itself, and are not focused on the marriage. This is how you know that. Because if they feel like, yeah, I did that, I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, yeah, it was fun while it lasted, but now I want to be in this era. Now I want to be in my single girl era. Now I want to be in this kind of era. It's not an era. As she said, it's not an aesthetic.
Social media in general has affected relationships in so many ways. But the way society thinks a marriage is supposed to look is very detrimental to people who are actually married. And before you get married, they make you say the wedding vows. Till death do us part is in your wedding vows. She's on TikTok saying, am I supposed to stay in this marriage until I die?
I wouldn't want to state the obvious, but I would assume that's what you were supposed to be doing. And I do want to add this caveat too. I can understand if you are in a relationship, a marriage, to be exact, and there becomes a decision that there becomes situations that's too much, right? Like there are some people who can be in toxic situations and, you know, that man hitting on them and they can overcome it and get through it. But there's other times that that's not the case. So if that's ever presented in a situation and somebody says, I can't do this anymore, I completely understand. There's nothing to even talk about, right? Because it can get to a certain extent and that can, like I said, be detrimental to your health. I completely get that.
Your marriage.
All right, hold on. We got comments. Mr. McBride said, if these 304s knew what marriage was in the first place, they wouldn't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bodies before deciding I'm ready to be a wife now. I'm not doing this with you today, dog. I'm not doing this with you today, dog. I'm choosing peace, brother. I'm choosing peace, man. We watching RivahTv. We get to listen to her articulate to the sisterhood the things that we can't find the articulation for. And we just gotta watch her work, man. I'm gonna add in where I can, but she's doing a damn good job right now, bro. And here you come choosing violence. Listen to this man. This is violence, y'all. If these 304s knew what, if these 304s in the dough, he just owned that. In the dough, he just owned that, bro. I can't listen. This guy is the friend you can't take to the kickback. Cause when the casual conversation start happening at the spades table, G, he gon'
natural born crash dummy, and he go crash out
100% of the time. Okay, he gonna have a conversation. He gonna say the quiet shit out loud. You know what I'm saying? all the all the rules. Hey, he laughing because he know I'm right. All the rules you ain't supposed to break, man. I love the chat, man. Shout out to Mr. McBride, man, in the chat. But let's let them cook, bro. Let's let them cook. Damn, man.
Is not always going to serve you. That is quite literally why the vows say for better or for worse, because there will indeed be worse in your relationship.
You know, there's other situations that could arise, but a lot of these people be in their feelings and they're in a low space for a certain amount of time, and they believe that means that because I felt so low, or because I was unhappy within myself, and because you couldn't fix the wrongs that are in me, I now need to get with somebody else. That's not going to change it, because obviously you're the problem. So anywhere you go, you're still going to have that same problem because it's you, right? And so a lot of these women have a hard time understanding that. Which so weird to me is that these same women get pregnant and have kids and then talk about they don't want to be a parent no more. Like, you have commitment issues, I get it, but you keep putting yourself in situations that are for the long haul.
Those were your vows. She also said you need to prioritize your happiness over, marriage. If every time somebody was unhappy in their marriage they left, nobody would be married.
100.
Hey, nobody at all. Sorry, River. Look, you quick on the trigger. Hey, nobody will be married. Nobody will be married. Marriage was never just about happiness. It's about a whole bunch of shit. Happiness, though, happiness is one of the most short-term emotions you can experience. There's emotions that linger and last. Grief, for example, for some people, lingering emotion. Happiness, the little dopamine hit, that's quick. You hooked on happiness, you might as well be hooked on Ron. I can't say the full, the air Ron. You might as well be on that. You hooked on happiness. That shit come, go. Quick high. Like, you gotta have some, y'all, it's too many, y'all want too many peaks and then don't want no valleys. Come on, man. What Eminem say? Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes, you know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%.
Not one person would be married. How you react to that unhappiness is what makes the difference between the people who were divorced at 10 years and the people who make it 30 plus years.
100%. 100%. And I had this conversation all the time. People believe that from my conversations that I am saying that you were supposed to be a doormat. You're supposed to be a woman that's a doormat. You don't have any opinion. You don't stand up for yourself or defend yourself, which you should have to stand up for yourself in your marriage, which that's a whole different conversation. But that's never the case. It's all about how you get your point across. It's just like, for example, when you watch Charlie Brown and you hear want, when the teacher is talking, it's going in one ear and out the other. When women are, overly emotional, when they are communicating and they're yelling and they're screaming and they're throwing things, nobody can hear you. That man is disengaged. He is now on his defense.
Listen to me. If Riva, I don't even know if Riva is married. I just know she a wife. I don't know that she's married. If Riva's single, don't let me catch you in traffic we gonna have a conversation. We gonna have, you see how she get it? That's a woman who will always be able to effectively communicate with a man. Do y'all see how she get it? She just gets it. She gets it. She gets it. She gets it. You know what I'm saying? I could listen to her talk all day. Mr. McBride said, but we gonna go yard while I do it though. Yeah, we're gonna win the spades game. We're not gonna lose the spades game. But you definitely gonna overshare. We just talked about you in the earlier live. You definitely gonna overshare. Just say the quiet shit out loud. Info purposes only says spellcraft is very real. We gotta wake up. Facts. Facts. Come on now. Elaborate on spellcraft for the people. I'm gonna share it. You know I'm gonna post up all your comments. Elaborate on that for the people. Correct me if I'm wrong. Podcast said you ain't going J down. You crazy as hell. Boy, if I see Riva, I'm just gonna simply first thing I'm gonna do is introduce myself. Second thing I'm doing is finding out her status. If it's anything similar to close to single, nigga, shit, he better be a better man than me. Whoever in her ear better be a better man than me. Is you crazy? Hey, it's only a few of these walking around, ladies and gentlemen. When y'all listen to RivahTv talk, it's only a few of these walking around. You talking about the last of a dying breed? Shit. You hear me? This make and model, they don't make them like that no more. And she in the gym and be cooking on Instagram. Don't go follow her. Y'all follow her on YouTube. Don't go follow her on Instagram. Stay off Bay IG. You feel me? Natural born shooter over here, Mr. McBride. You know my pedigree.
And it's not the two of you against the problem. Now it's him versus you.
But the way society thinks a marriage is supposed to look is very detrimental to people who are actually married.
You have to know how to communicate your grievances within your relationship. You have to know how to approach them. And you might not always get it right, but the ratio matters. If you're walking around 90% getting it wrong, that relationship is in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you communicate. And are you willing to be tested enough to grow? Are you willing? If you are unwilling to have humility, if you are unwilling to have somebody tell you about yourself, if you're unwilling or you feel like you can't be checked, marriage is not for you. It's not for you. It's not going to work. Because the only way that two people can effectively cohabitate in one space and grow together is if you are able to compromise.
She also said you need to prioritize your happiness over, marriage. If every time somebody was unhappy in their marriage, they left, nobody would be married.
A lot of women are in these situations that, their ego gets to them. And they are leading very egotistical and arrogant lives. And they don't understand it because everybody around them is feeding it. The consensus is we don't need men. Men don't matter. Men's opinions don't matter. Men are beneath us. Women run the world. And so their ego is so inflated that when they actually get into relationships, they have the hardest time because now they have to go ahead and ex-nay, put an axe to that ego.
And it doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen. Let me just chime in right there. And it doesn't happen. Oftentimes the ego wins. Y'all see the divorce rates and y'all see who fouling, right? We can't run from the numbers, but we're not even going to lean on the numbers. Just pay attention to what's going on outside. Listen to the lyrics and the music. Pay attention to the themes of the movies. It's very much a I can go get another one type energy, right? It's a I'd rather be alone type energy. I was just on a great panel last night where we were talking about the topic that I posed, the question that I posed, we discussed on the panel that I was on last night. And the question that I posed was about what is the average Black woman's American dream? And there was a sister on the panel and she gave the best answer she could for herself. But when I posted the question on TikTok, there was a flurry of comments. They still, hammering away on my comments on TikTok on that question because there were so many different answers. But the common answer that I found was indifference. And we're in regards to having a husband, because the second part of the question was, does it involve having a husband? And there was so much indifference. You had a lot of females like, oh, my American dream is I want stability, financial stability, a good career, take care of my child that I already have. And, if I have a man, if I run across the right man, then cool type shit. Or with some shit like, you know, females be like, well, you know, I have my standards, so if I don't meet nobody to meet my standards, I'm perfectly fine alone. Like, that was the most common type of energy. But then there was some other stuff too. There was a couple sisters chiming in saying, of course I want a husband, this, that, and the third, but it wasn't much of it, right? So overall, all in all, there's a lot of women who are indifferent, meaning they like the idea of a husband, maybe, you're right, without one, cool, you know, it's whatever. I'm already, you know, that's how they look at it. So as a man, you building yourself up, becoming this and becoming that, just to go get a woman that feel like could do what you could do without you, you know. You did all that to get that. That's the return on investment. You see what I'm saying? So it's just something to think about. But let me bring this back in though. I didn't mean to get so far off on a tangent, but you know, I gotta let my consciousness go. Let's go.
How you react to that unhappiness is what makes the difference between the people who were divorced at 10 years and the people who make it 30 plus years.
And that's not an easy thing to do when you've built it up for so many years and so much time. It's hard to do that. Hence why it's important to have the conversations early on. Hey, if you know, are growing and you want to be married, you need to be thinking for two. That's how you need to be thinking. If you are a single person and you live by yourself, you need to be thinking, I am the head of the household for now, but when I get into a relationship, somebody else is going to be the decision maker. Somebody else is going to be in that seat. There's going to be a leader above me. It's not going to be my way or the highway. It's going to be, I have to have a conversation and see how this is going to go. And a lot of people don't understand, like, even when it came to the whole Tia Mowry situation that graduated from her marriage
was a success. Yeah. I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. Yeah. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation.
A lot of people had this idea that I had a certain disdain, a personal disdain for Tia. And it's not that. I mean, who didn't grow up watching Sister, The Game, all that kind of stuff? Had no personal disdain for Tia herself. But I have a problem with the message that it sends out there to other women.
Mm-hmm. And you should have a problem with it. Because that's wifey. She should have a problem with it. No disrespect if she do got somebody that she keeping off the internet. Check it out. Info Purposes said, you have to make sure you find the right person to do these vows with. If you're in a karmic relationship or a relationship that is not healthy for you, you're creating a soul trap bondage agreement. That's deep. That's deep. People breaking those though too. People getting out of these marriages like it's a regular breakup, like they just go together. They make a divorce easier and easier. Hey, if you was going to school to be a lawyer, divorce attorneys, it's got to be a bag over there. Correct me if I'm wrong, sis. Just to go get a woman who's been tainted and her inside redecorated. Damn. Can't take them nowhere, y'all. Telling you, can't take them nowhere.
That when you are going through tough times in marriage, the only way to solve this problem is to leave and go be single and have your own house and thrive on your own because you never got to do it before. It's foolishness. It's foolishness. You stand 10 toes down. You made this decision. You may not feel good all the time. You might have some growing pains to go through, but that does not mean that you have to tear away the fabric of the foundation of your family unit for you to grow. You can grow on your own. That man probably ain't even stopping you from growing. You're stifling yourself for your own imaginary reasons.
I do have.
Bro, is y'all listening to her? And Mr. McBride talking about if I see her, I'm not shooting my shot. If she in a relationship, I'm not. I'm gonna respect the situation. But if she not, I gotta see. What? You hear her? Man, if this shit ain't just for the internet, I gotta find out. Nigga, women that's that level understanding of us, bruh, man, tell me what, correct me if I'm wrong, podcast, this question specifically for you. I'm going to give you a chance to answer while I listen to Tia spew her rhetoric, because you know she finna say some bullshit. But anyway, answer this for me. What percentage of women you think in the United States of America, all colors, that's got this level of understanding that Riva has so eloquently exhibited in this video, like she does in all her videos? What percentage? Just guesstimate. I know we can't prove it. Let's just have some fun. I just want to see what you think, bro. And you talking about I'm not finna shoot my shot. You crazy as hell, nigga. And you hooped with me. You know I'm good. You know I'm good for it. That shit cash.
A feeling and a sense of freedom following my divorce.
That situation just happened to work out because it overly kickstarted, you know, Corey's career, which made it seem like she was the one who was holding him back. Okay, that's just my opinion. But again, it's the message that it sends out there to married women that are going through tough times. It's harder to hear, you know, a lot of people don't talk about obviously the negative things in their marriages, which I wouldn't encourage them to. But a lot of times these people who are out here, they only see that you're either extremely happily married and the marriage is perfect, or you divorce and you go live your single life, and all of a sudden all these women who are single are happy.
Man, listen. We got what we need. Make sure y'all go subscribe to RivahTv. Make sure y'all follow her. She has an amazing channel. She's one of the people, in all seriousness, she's one of the content creators that I follow as motivation, because I do look at my peers in the content creation and see who doing what and what pace people moving at, and, you know, who upgrading their backgrounds and stuff like that, because, you know, in this game, it's a competitive thing. And so I look to content creators that's doing dope shit that's helpful to the community, even though it's some, you know, polarizing truths. I look to those creators and try to, you know, keep pace, if not outwork them some days. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to RivahTv, and y'all make sure y'all subscribe.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and that heart in the flow.